I'm so grateful you're joining us for show after the show. Along with us today is Gail Dorroh. She is a part of Brook Healthcare in Newberry to Irmo, parts of the Midlands as well. So grateful that you get to know people that make this community so great. Gail is one of those, and she's from my hometown, Tampa, Florida.
Yay.
Yeah, you like cycling throughout Tampa on your bike, and you would run and walk and go everywhere in Tampa. I know that was home for a reason for you.
Oh yeah, the mobility was so easy. Once I moved up here was not so easy. If anybody knows Pomeria, South Carolina, I moved from Tampa, Florida to Pomeria, South Carolina, and we had one gas station and one post office, and the nearest town was 10 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just an itty bitty little culture shock. But I would drive back to Tampa to get a Cuban sandwich because for the longest time, once you hit Jacksonville, they were obsolete.
Oh, yeah, right. And
Yes.
Ybor City in Tampa, that's where a lot of the bakeries and everything else are. Your grandpa worked down there, I heard.
My grandmother, she worked for years and years rolling cigars. Have a Tampa. Yes.
Oh, that is just so neat. So
Yes.
what actually brought you to Brook Healthcare?
Well, it's one of those boy meets girls. My mother and father had divorced, and my mother's best friend, who she met while working in Tampa, was actually from Newberry, South Carolina. And she called my mother one day and said, I have this man that I want you to meet. And so they started talking on the phone, and he sent her a plane ticket. And so they did a couple of little tiny vacations back and forth. And one day she said, we are moving to the big town of Pomeria, South Carolina.
With one gas station and no McDonald's.
No McDonald's. McDonald's was 10 miles away. But, she brought me up here kicking and screaming. And it probably took me 10 years to get over the fact that, such a culture shock. But God puts us where we need to be when we need to be there. Mm-hmm. And had I stayed in Tampa, my life probably would have taken a different course, and it would not be nearly as fulfilling and as awesome as my life has turned out because I moved to South Carolina.
Well, look at where you are now at Brook Healthcare, helping so many people who need home health care. And you have nurses that are available, from what I understand, around the clock.
We are owned by registered nurses, and we have a hotline that when you become part of our family, everybody, caregivers, clients, and the clients' family members get this hotline. And so they can call 24 hours a day, and a registered nurse picks up the phone and they can find out, is this an emergency, or, do we just need to take a little bit of action? And they're so great. They're so knowledgeable, and it's so nice having someone with that kind of information to give out. It's comforting.
Yeah, we'll have more episodes that are coming up in the future. Like the next episode, we'll talk about why you even have to choose home health care and what are the best choices, which Brook Healthcare is one of them in Newberry and Irmo in the Midlands of South Carolina. Tell us what makes you so special at Brook Healthcare.
Well, we started the Shanna Brooks, that is the last name, is Linda Shanna Brook. She owns Brook Healthcare in Chapin, and that's where the Brook came in at. And we started in 2008, so we have been in the community for quite some time, do a lot of volunteer work. You're going to see me on the marketing board for small businesses. You're going to find me at health fairs, recruiting CNAs to come work for us. We do a lot in the community. Post-COVID, I think the world is going to end up being post-COVID and pre-COVID, just like 9/11. But pre-COVID, we were so active. I did something called Send a Vet to the baseball game, where I would have people donate money, and I would turn around and buy tickets and give them to veterans in our community, where they could go to a Blowfish game, have an all-you-can-eat buffet, enjoy the game, enjoy fireworks. And that was something that we really, really enjoyed. We were up to 160 veterans, and it was called Brook Healthcare Night. So we had a fabulous time, and so we are very active in the community. So when people see me, they know that I'm coming to help, and in all different aspects, whether it's home health care or volunteering.
You'll learn a lot more in the episodes to come about Brook Healthcare, what they have to offer, and everything else in between. That's coming up in just a little bit on other episodes of Show After the Show. Gail Dorroh, thank you so much. We're looking forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you for another edition of Show After the Show real soon.